Hey everybody, this is Allie from Allie Loops Crochet. Today I'm going to show you how I embroidered my face on my little bunny here. I'm going to start with some jumbo size yarn. I like to use the bigger yarn for the nose. And I'm going to count down 8 rounds. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm just going to find the 2 center stitches on that 8, so I'm going to do these 2 and just wrap my yarn around these 2 to make the nose. So I'm going to go in from the side and pull it through on the side of those 2 stitches and just go around it. And I'm going to go around it as many times as I want. Usually it ends up being about 4 or 5. So that's 3 times. That's looking pretty good already, actually. 4. And I'm kind of liking that nose right there, so I'm going to go back in through here so I don't add another one. And go out the same place that you put it in, and then tie a knot around it, and then hide the ends. Go back in through here to hide that big long end, and it just pulled that smaller end in with it, so that was kind of nice. And there's your nose. Now I'm going to do the eyes, and I'm going to do the eyes with some black thinner yarn. I kind of prefer the thinner yarn for the eyes. Don't know why, it's just a preference thing. It works with the thicker yarn if that's what you want. So for the eyes, I'm going to use, so this was round 8. I'm going to use round, these 2, round 6 and 7. And I'm going to do them vertical. So around 2 stitches, but vertically. And I'm going to go over about 2 from the nose. So 1, 2. There we go. And then just go over it just like we did that nose as much times as you want to make it the thickness that you want. It'll end up being like a tall oval shape, not super round. If you want more round, definitely go with the thicker yarn. Oh, got it. Okay, we're good. We don't have to start over. Not yet, at least. I'm actually kind of not liking how tilted this is. I want it more straight up, so I'm going to take that out and redo that. Maybe further over right there. We'll see. I think it's really important to be patient with yourself and not have high expectations on how long it will take, because you want it to look the best it can be. Okay, we are going to try this again. And previously I went through here, and you can kind of see how that's a little bit tilted. Let's see. I feel like that would be slightly more straight. Maybe. Let's try it out and see. Yeah, it's looking a little straighter already. Oh, sorry. I kind of like that one. I think I'll do one more on this side as I'm going into the next part. Next I'm going to do one single line down here. I'm going to do that by going up through the top. Oh yes, up through the top. So that'll complete this one and come out here so that I can start the next one. There we go. And then this is just one stitch over from the bottom. And I'm going to go back in through the top and then come out where I'm going to start the next eye, which should be a little further out. This is about 2 or 3 stitches out from the nose. There we go. And then that will complete just a little, I don't know if you call that an eyelash there. I don't think that's an eyelash. It's just kind of like the side part of the eye. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side now. Okay, that's looking pretty good there. Now I'm going to do that side part. So I'm finishing with this by putting it in through the top and coming out down here, 1 stitch away from the bottom. Good, and then go back in the top and come out right where we started so that we can tie it off. And that's where we should be right now. Okay, now I'm going to do the highlight in the eye. I'm going to just take some thin white yarn just to put a little highlight in there. It's kind of a nice touch. I'm worried that's not enough. I'm going to do a longer one. There we go. One of my biggest pet peeves is running out of yarn while embroidering. So I'm going to go back in the same spot, come up right at the top. So since there are 2 stitches right here that the eye is around, I'm going to go through just 1 stitch for this highlighted part, and I'm going to go in kind of on the side, not in the center, in the side of all of these yarn that I wrapped around, and I'm going to come back out on the top of the next one. Maybe I need a longer needle. There we go. And then see how that creates just a tiny little highlight right there. And if it gets too tight, if you pull it too tight, just put your needle in through there and pull it back up. And then same for the other side. Just go halfway down, kind of off to the side, and then pull it back out in the next spot. There we go. You got 2 highlights. Okay, now I'm going to do the mouth, and I'm going to use the same yarn that I used for the eyes. And I'm going to come in from this side and come out kind of behind the nose, but underneath it. So like right in the center, just don't come out through the nose that you made. And I'm going to go down one stitch and kind of make 3 sections of a mouth. So I'll make one flat section right here and then one that kind of curves up a little bit on either side. So start with this one down here, vertical, and then one horizontal for the center section of the mouth. And that's going to make it like that, and then come out to make the side, and then the other side. And then once I'm finishing the last side, I'm going to come out at the top corner of the mouth. Now I'm going to sort of connect them by going through, going underneath, just wrapping the yarn around underneath all of these. So it looks like a little bit of a curved style mouth. It's actually pretty flat, but it's going to look a little bit like a smile. My center section was too loose. You can kind of tell. So I'm going to just pull on these, see if I can even it out a bit. That looks better. Good. Okay, then go back in through the other top corner and finish this off.